The summer transfer window continues to bring twists at Anfield with another major move now confirmed. Arne Slot's squad reshaping is in full flow, and while fans have been eagerly awaiting new arrivals, this latest update concerns a very different kind of business. One forward in particular is at the centre of attention, with a significant deal now agreed that could have a lasting impact on Liverpool's attacking options. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Allison has insisted nobody talks about the challenge Liverpool are facing with integrating so many new signings, despite the obvious quality they bring. It has been an unprecedented summer for Liverpool in terms of changes to the squad, with a host of key players departing and 9 new faces arriving so far. 4 of those started in Friday's opener against Bournemouth, with Milos Kerkez lining up against his former club, and Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, and Jeremy Frimpong all making their Premier League debuts. That meant big changes in every area of the pitch, not least in front of Allison, with a very different dynamic to work with at full-back. Speaking to NBC Sports after the 4-2 victory, the goalkeeper admitted it was a big challenge, adjusting to so many changes to the squad, albeit one he and his teammates were embracing. "I think it's hard. Not many people talk about the changes we had in the team," he said. "Everybody said how good our team is becoming with new players coming in, but nobody talks about the challenge that this is. It is a big challenge. Last season we had the challenge of changing manager, but you keep the players so you know each other. You just have to keep the same way of playing. The manager was smart in the way he did that, and also implementing new things. It was easy for us to understand. But having new players to come in and changing a lot, today Ryan, who is a really important player for us, didn't play as well, but everybody did amazingly well. I think for them to play, for Jeremy, for Flo, and for Hugo, playing for the first time in the Premier League, you have the physicality that's a little bit different, the intensity. But they showed up so well today, they played amazingly well. Of course with our help, but they showed that their qualities are at the standard of Liverpool FC. Liverpool head into the new campaign as overwhelming favourites for the title, not only as they are reigning champions, but largely due to the amount of money they have spent. It will be a huge challenge for us, not only because of the level of the league, but for the changes, players with top quality who left us, the Brazilian continued. But I trust our team, I trust our players, I trust our manager, I trust the plan, that we are capable of doing great things. But we know that we have to play every game thinking that it's the final, the most important game. We did that tonight. We want to win a game playing well, in a smooth way. But if that doesn't happen, you have to force it the way we did. Now, in a huge deal for a forward, Ben Dijk is set to complete a move to Bournemouth early next week, after Liverpool agreed a deal for the Scotland winger worth £25 million. Dijk was left out of Liverpool's matchday squad for the Premier League opener on Friday night, as talks progressed between the champions and their opponents. LFC News understands a deal worth in the region of £25 million has now been agreed, and Dijk will undergo a medical with the Cherries. Upon completing his medical, the teenager will sign a long-term contract with Bournemouth as their replacement for Dango Ouattara, who joined Brentford for £42.5 million on Saturday night. Bournemouth moved ahead of a number of other sides in their pursuit of the 19-year-old after indicating they were willing to offer close to his asking price. It continues a busy summer of business for Liverpool, with Dijk the 8th player sold, bringing the total raised to £216 million. His will be the 15th most expensive sale in the club's history and represent a major profit on the £600,000 paid to sign him from Celtic in 2022. Crucially, it will be classed as pure profit on Liverpool's accounts, further improving their situation when it comes to the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. That was also the case with the sales of Jarrell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen for £35 million, Kelleher to Brentford for £18 million, Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid for £8.4 million, and Nat Phillips to West Brom for £3 million. While Dijk has long been regarded one of the most talented players in Liverpool's academy ranks, His pathway to the first team has been blocked by the longevity of Mohamed Salah. A lack of opportunities prompted him to join Middlesbrough on a season-long loan last summer, and despite thigh surgery ending his campaign early, he shone with 3 goals and 7 assists in 24 appearances. Arne Slot used Dijk regularly throughout pre-season, with only Salah, Cody Gakpo and Rio Numoha clocking more minutes among Liverpool's forwards. But both Liverpool and their number 50 were always open to offers, as the landscape around his future was clear, with more chance of establishing himself as a first-choice starter elsewhere. Joining Bournemouth will give Dijk the opportunity to showcase his talents as a regular in the Premier League, while allowing the champions to invest further in the final weeks of the transfer window. In other news, Virgil van Dijk admits signing another defender would accelerate their immediate improvement, but until the club go back into the market, the hard work has to continue within the squad. Just a couple of hours before the 4-2 win over Bournemouth, who exploited some of the weaknesses at the back highlighted by Crystal Palace in the Community Shield last weekend, the Reds announced the signing of Parma's 18-year-old central defender, Giovanni Leone. His 6-year contract hints at the club's expectation for him to be a longer-term success. But what they would really like to do is bring in a Premier League proven player to hit the ground running. Liverpool have held talks with Palace about Mark Guehi, who is in the final year of his contract, but cannot agree on a fee. With Newcastle and Arsenal to come before the end of the window, Liverpool captain Van Dijk said, in the absence of a quick fix, it was incumbent on the players to tighten up after twice being easily exposed. You can say you have to accelerate improvement, but that is down to the market. We have to focus on what's here and now, he said after seeing forgotten man Federico Chiesa and Mohamed Salah rescue 3 points for the champions' title defence after allowing a 2-0 lead to slip. I think defensively was much more improved than the last game, but there is still work to do. The manager already said we are playing with a right back who came from the Bundesliga, is 24 years old, and is trying to get used to how we defend. We play with Milos, who is a very young fullback, very eager and full of energy, who is trying to get used to the way we play. It needs time, that's absolutely normal, but we also played without our 6, Ryan Gravenberch, who missed out. We have to keep working. That's the main thing, trying to keep clean sheets. We conceded 2 goals in a transition moment where we have to do better. That's what we have to work on. Van Dijk, however, was happy to see new £69 million striker Hugo Ekitike open his Premier League account after his goal at Wembley last week, and Chiesa produce a moment which only endeared him more to fans desperate for him to do well after an injury-plagued first season. I'm glad he scored his second in 2 games. I'm glad he has got off the mark in the Premier League, and hopefully there is more to come, he added. I think he settled pretty great in the team in general. We all know the life of a striker. You can score and everything is rainbows and sunshine, and you don't, and it's a different world. He just has to keep his head down, scoring and making assists, and be impressive in defending and attacking, and see what the season brings for him. On Chiesa, he added, he is an amazing character. He works so hard and has been unlucky with injuries, but we are all here for him, and we all know what kind of impact he could have. He's a great character and we all love him, I think everyone can see that, and he's loved by the fans, and to produce moments like he has today is something we all want to see. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.